plenty energy. Coconut water, boxing day on the boom day, party all night and day, and I said, my island's in the sun, carnival time is here, boss man I turn to party, this junk and I can't be wet so my island's in the sun, carnival time is here, coming break and scraping, winding up and misbehaving. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Come on, what's the move? This free time.
Come on. Break and scrape and jump the new. March the roads and bust a move. Grab your pants, stand to heel and go. That's how we Bahamians go. This we culture proud and strong. Grab your cowbells, beat that drum. Wind your waist, gal, come alive. This carnival's juggernaut style.
My island's in the sun. Carnival time is your boss, my name to party. This junk and they got me wet so my island's in the sun. Carnival time is your time to break and scraping, winding up and misbehaving. Celebration time is in the air. Man, we coming, love and unity in the atmosphere. This backyard party, I got that Bahamian vibe. Mama tell me deep inside, so raise your hand in the air. Till me people say it. And I say, my island's in the sun. Bahamian time again. That's when I turn to party. This drunk and new that got me wet so my island's in the sun. Bahamian time again. Coming break us up. And I say, give me the cowbell, give me the drums. We're gonna party till the morning come. Y'all wind up your waist, like you come to mash up the place. It's Bahamian Carnival. My island's in the sun. My island's in the sun. My island's in the sun. My island's in the sun.
Everybody's my celebrator. Come from Europe, Africa, Australia, all of them can celebrate God.
Bring the thing now. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Turn it up now. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Bring the rhythm now. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Bounce off the wall. Forget about the reggae and the dance hall. Break and scrape. Give me chunk and party people. This one is just for you. I want you to feel that rhythm. Bounce off the wall. Forget about the reggae and the dance hall. Break and scrape. Give me chunk and party people. This one is just for you. I roll when I walk and roll. The music come take over me. Drunk and new vet when you see me sweat. I don't care who said this to me. Hey! Tell the DJ turn up the bass. Me and my girls gonna wind up our waist. Rum pum pum on the goats can drop. This time for us to have fun. Bring the rhythm now. Blow the horns to me. Turn up the lights to me. Hands in the air, give me the rhythm. Bring the cowbells to me. Hands in the air to me. Like we don't care. Blaze up the rhythm. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. How winding on time, Bay Street is mine. You see we rushing down the road. This second year carnival is here. We taking this party into beast mode. So tell the DJ turn up the bass. Me and my girls gonna mash up the place. Rum pum pum on the goats can drum. It's time for us to have fun. On the front line to me. Boy lick the drums to me. Hands in the air give me the rhythm. Come blow you whistle for me. All through the night to me. Hands in the air give me. Blaze up the rhythm. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Bounce me the rhythm. Feel that rhythm, bring the cowbells and feel that rhythm. Hands in the air, so feel that rhythm like we don't care. Blaze up the rhythm, feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm, bounce off the wall. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm, bounce off the wall. Feel that rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm. Feel that rhythm. Feel that rhythm, bounce off the wall. Forget out the reggae and the dance hall. Break and scrape, give me junk and the party people. This one is just for you.
Tonight, an F&M candidate and former National Security Minister denying claims of being involved in a recent drug bust. Also, a former cop sentenced to 6 years on drug-related charges. And later, a cross-dresser facing multiple counts of fraud. Eyewitness News starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janaea Nawal. Thanks so much for joining us. The Free National Movement candidate for Mount Moriah, Marvin Dames, admitting today that he previously conducted business with a man now arrested in the U.S. in connection with a drug investigation. The political candidate and former National Security Minister, however, insists today that he had no involvement in criminal activity. Our Jose Etienne takes it from here in our top story tonight.
Eyewitness News has been working all day to connect the dots after a business associate of former National Security Minister Marvin Dames was arrested in Broward County, Florida. Reports indicate on drug-related charges. In a statement released this morning, Dames confirmed that he and his wife entered into a business arrangement with the individual in 2024. However, it remains unclear whether that business relationship is still active. The statement does not indicate that the partnership was terminated, nor does it detail the nature of the business arrangement. We do know Dames, a former deputy commissioner of police, operates a private security firm. There are also unconfirmed reports suggesting possible involvement in a maritime-related business. At this time, we cannot confirm whether either entity is connected to the individual's arrest. Dames, who is seeking to reclaim the Mount Moriah seat, states that neither he or his wife had any knowledge of, involvement in, or benefit from any alleged unlawful activity. He further states that at no time did he or his wife authorize, participate in, or sanction any criminal conduct. Dames also says he and his wife will fully cooperate with any lawful inquiry in the Bahamas or the United States. Now, there are unconfirmed reports attempting to link Dames to a separate incident involving a Bahamian man arrested near Florida with approximately 200 kilograms of cocaine on a private vessel. We must emphasize those reports remain unsubstantiated. At this stage, there is no official indication that Dames is the target of any investigation. And there are no signs that he intends to withdraw his candidacy as he prepares for another bid to unseat the incumbent member of parliament who defeated him in 2021. We continue to seek official confirmation from United States authorities and local law enforcement. Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
Well, nearly 4 years after ex-Police Staff Association President, Assistant Superintendent of Police Sonny Miller was caught red-handed in local and U.S. authorities in a drug trafficking scheme, his fate sealed today in the Magistrates Court. Our Linton Ritchie Jr. was present. He brings us the latest in this report.
Now, a heartbreaking sentence for the family of 6 years. I guess, how are you feeling at this point? I know you had a lot to say. You want to tell me how you feel?
God is in control and, quote, he got caught up in the system, that's all. Those were the words from relatives of convicted ex-cop Sonny Miller after he was sentenced to 6 years in prison following his role in an international drug ring. During closing statements, Miller's attorney, Bajan Ferguson, argued that his client should be sentenced to a minimum of 2 years, noting that Miller has a number of health issues, including diabetes, hypertension, and heart challenges. Therefore, a lengthy sentence at BDOCS puts his life at risk. Ferguson alleging that Miller has not been given the correct dose of medicine as prescribed, claiming that since his conviction last month, he only received insulin twice instead of doctor's orders of 4 times a day. Ferguson making it clear that the alleged inhumane conditions at BDOCS is no secret.
Docs being inhumane.
Everybody has raised concerns about it.
Right.
They're not my concerns alone.
All right.
think the United States, the Bahamas government, everybody has raised concerns. The international community.
Back in 2022, Miller and two Colombian nationals were caught at the Auckland's airport after a drug-filled plane reportedly landed with 181 pounds of cocaine valued at $1.4 million and 31 pounds of marijuana worth $34,000. In January, he was convicted on 10 drug-related charges after Deputy Chief Magistrate Shaka Seville handed down the 6-year sentence. He instructed that the defense counsel has 7 days to appeal. Eyewitness News asking Ferguson if that's in the cards.
Take instructions from the client and go from there.
If the 6-year sentence is upheld, Miller will be released in his mid-50s during 2032. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Well, a 30-year-old man is headed to prison after admitting that he pretended to be a female attorney and defraud his clients. Akimo McIntosh pleading guilty to 13 counts of forgery, 13 counts of possession of forged documents, and 13 counts of uttering forged documents. He also faces additional charges, including 4 counts of fraud by false pretenses, 4 counts of money laundering, 1 count of procuring a forged document, and 3 counts of pretending to be a counsel and attorney. According to investigators, McIntosh operated under the alias of Mrs. Roll, targeting individuals seeking legal advice and representation and fraudulently collecting money under the guise of a licensed attorney. Police say at the time of his arrest, McIntosh was dressed in spandex tights with eyelashes, a face full of makeup, including eyebrows drawn. A search of his vehicle allegedly uncovered a travel bag containing male clothing in the trunk, along with items that included high heels, jewelry, nail polish, and 2 cell phones. During court proceedings on Tuesday, McIntosh told the court that he accepted the facts of the case, stating that, quote, people make mistakes. He also revealed that he is currently suffering from several health challenges. Also, a 51-year-old man in police custody in Grand Bahama hours after he allegedly robbed an armored truck with an imitation handgun moments before he was shot and subsequently apprehended. Authorities say the security truck was transporting bank cash on East Mall Drive last night when the lone gunman made his attempt on the security vehicle.
Sometime shortly after 10 p.m., police received a call of an armed robbery in progress at a local bank in the downtown area involving the armed service. As a result of that information, a team of officers were dispatched to the area to investigate. Additionally, on arrival at the scene, they received information that a male was shot as a result of this incident. He was later rendered medical attention and taken to the hospital. At this time, his condition is unknown. We are in the early stage of the investigation. We're conducting inquiries into this matter. The suspect in this matter is said to be a male in his early 50s.
Well, information, communication, and technology employees at the Office of the Prime Minister say they're seeing other government workers get their piece of the pie, and they won't rest until theirs is served too. Our Danielle Dean has the details tonight.
We want the promotions and the money. And the promotions and the money, and we want it now.
The Bahamas Public Services Union turning up the heat on the Davis administration this morning, returning to the Office of the Prime Minister with a group of Department of Information, Communications and Technology employees demanding action. Union President Kimsley Ferguson says weeks after their first demonstration, little has changed. Their frustration, what they call a prolonged standstill on promotions and reclassifications, claiming they have been met with delays and deflections.
Be advised that the bell will ring soon. Oh, yeah.
Ferguson calling the situation troubling for a government that once sat on the opposition, arguing that now in power, there's what he describes as a blatant disregard for public servants. Among those protesting, Taru Bannister, an analyst with 27 years of service. He says he's watched colleagues move ahead, securing promotions and pay increases, while he and others remain stalled.
Currently, 5 of the executive management team are the only ones in this new scale. The scale is in existence. So my question is, why haven't the management down to line staff have not been included, and when would that process be?
The union maintains there are vacant posts and qualified officers ready to step in, but claims the process has been unnecessarily slowed. Eyewitness News has reached out to government officials for comment. Ferguson says they're sticking to their promise that they will resort to other measures if they don't see resolve before elections. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
Well, infighting seemingly brewing within the Southern Shores branch of the Progressive Liberal Party, with its sitting member of Parliament Leroy Major accusing the government of allegedly sabotaging his re-election bid by, as he says, mishandling the public contracts in his constituency. Major's comments come in direct response to a video from PLP candidate Obi Roberts touting his efforts for mowing the grass at the Misty Close Park through a partnership with the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Well, Major says he's making it clear the ongoing infrastructural work in Southern Shores is partly the result of his efforts and what he says the mess the government reportedly created.
That the people at Marshall Road, Misty Gardens have been calling in and letting him know about the situation at the park. He came and he get it done. But I must say that in one of the chat, somebody asked what was the meaning behind this park. Well, today I want to answer that. This park was always on a contract. For some reason, came off a contract. He called someone at the PLP headquarters, control all of my contracts, take it and give it to who they want to give it to. Just the sabotage. I wanted to know if it got work. And so, Mr. Roberts, we in Marshall Road, we in Misty Gardens, we thank you for cleaning up the mess that you created. As a matter of fact, for the road work that is taking place right now in Millis Heights and Sunset Park, that is phase 2 from what I started. Has nothing to do with you and has nothing to do with the PLP parish.
Well, we did reach out to party officials, but were unsuccessful in receiving comment up to news time. On to some other news, more reaction from the church community to that study from the University of the Bahamas tonight. A local non-denominational head now raising concern about the devastating impact that the harsh realities raised in that controversial report and what it could have on the family unit. Our Jose Etienne takes it from here.
The findings of a University of the Bahamas study examining what researchers describe as a growing sweethearting culture have left Bishop Anthony Farrington deeply troubled. He says the data points to what he calls a dangerous moral drift, one that signals a departure from the country's core values.
For it to be actually put into a study and that you can actually read and quantify and document it, it is very alarming. Our society has drifted.
The report pulls back the curtain on a conversation many have whispered about but rarely confronted head-on. It suggests sexual satisfaction is a major driver of so-called sweethearting relationships, even among married individuals. Researchers also cite financial support, emotional validation, and unmet needs within existing marriages as key factors fueling the practice.
As I read some of the comments, I'm alarmed because so many persons are supporting it. And see it as a norm. So it shows me that although we say that we are a Christian nation, we have a lot of work to do. It is wrong. I condemn it as a religious leader.
Farrington says what disturbs him the most is what he calls a normalization of infidelity. Married persons, he argues, disregarding sacred vows with little regard for the impact on children and the family unit.
I call it an evil. Because once a family is broken, then that means our social decadence are being destroyed. And we see it outplaying in all of our communities now.
Beyond the rebuke, questions emerge about accountability. What role should the church play in addressing what the study identifies as gaps in marriages?
Many churches have marriage seminars, we have family nights, and we actually promote the unity and the sanctity of marriage. So I want to encourage all religious leaders, all pastors, to really, now that this study is out, focus more on the family unit.
The study can also place faith leaders under scrutiny. Are existing programs effective if these relationships continue to persist? While some may argue the church must do more, Farrington insists that the first line of defense is the home.
You know that you come home and the door is closed or no food on the table or you're not talking and sleeping in the next room. That's a problem. So even if you can't address it yourself, seek counseling. It don't have to be a pastor. You know, we have a lot of other persons who are specializing in these areas, family matters.
Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
As you heard, that local church leader condemning new research on sweethearting, calling it harmful to family values and reflective of social drifting from its moral foundation. Eyewitness News turning to social media, posing the question tonight, do you agree with the bishop's view? Some 72% of participants voting yes, it threatens family values. 22% voting no, it reflects real relationship challenges. 5% voting it's a personal matter, not a moral one. And 1% voting society is changing and we must adapt. Be sure to continue to participate in our daily digital polls as your voice matters. While the Bahamas Baptist University College under a microscope tonight amid speculation that the tertiary institution could be double dipping, but Eyewitness News investigations suggest that the Ministry of Health could also be at fault. Our Janelle Longley has the details tonight.
What began as excitement for 5 aspiring nurses enrolling in the licensed practical nursing program at the Bahamas Baptist University College has now unraveled into what they describe as a financial nightmare. The students say they entered the program under the clear understanding that tuition was covered by government funding and that the program was free to them. But shortly after beginning classes and receiving their nursing stipends, they say the first red flag appeared.
We got a term's worth of stipend on a Friday. By that Monday, the university's president, Dr. Teresa Adley Smith, came to us with a layout of $5,000 plus odd dollars, saying that these are the costs that we would incur during the program.
Then came what they call a second blow, indemnity fees for clinical rotations. Fees they say they were told to pay, despite claims they never actually participated in the rotations. Tyrese Clark says what made it worse, the amount.
And I confirmed with both PHA and somebody from administration that the clinical rotation fee is $250 for the entire rotation, not per clinical day. We are being charged per clinical day, which would have given us a total of $750. I swiped my card and I got a physical receipt. When I checked my account to see that the money came off, the funds did not go to the Bahamas Baptist University College. The funds that I paid went to Early Access Training Center, which is the school's president's personal institution, and not the Bahamas Baptist College.
Clark claims the fee that they were charged was 3 times what the Public Hospitals Authority required. Still determined to finish, some students paid. Christy Miller says she paid $500 toward her clinical rotation, only to later be locked out of the school's online system, unable to access classes. She says after paying an additional balance, her money was returned.
About 5 minutes later, someone from the office told me that the secretary, the assistant for the president, had called me back. When I went to the office, she informed me that she gave me my monies back in an envelope with, she asked for the receipt back. And I was told that my name was apparently on a list of students that she was not to have accepted funds from. No other information was given. So I asked about my refund of the $500 I had previously paid. And she seemed shocked, and she told me that I would have needed to reach out to the president.
Miller says she emailed the university's president, but received no response until earlier this year.
I think it was January 17th. She had emailed to say that I was no longer permitted to do anything with the costs.
Now, according to the Tribune, back in May 2025, the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, said that the ministry allocated over $1 million to fund full scholarships for 50 nursing students and 25 health informatics students at the Bahamas Baptist University College, which students believed they were benefiting from. Eyewitness News has seen receipts from at least 3 other students who reported similar experiences before airing this report. We reached out to the university president, who directed our team to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. We have received, however, no comment up to news time. Now removed from the program and forced to either start over or walk away from their nursing dreams, Clark says there's one question that remains.
When this course is completed, and you would have charged the government for me, knowing that I am not enrolled, knowing that you have prohibited me from enrolling, who is going to pay the government back for this education that I did not receive in time or money? Who is going to pay them back?
Janelle Longley, Eyewitness News.
Meantime, police are investigating an industrial accident in Seabreeze, leaving a 57-year-old man injured today. Preliminary reports indicate that shortly after 7:30 p.m., the man was repairing a street light about 20 feet above ground while working from a bucket truck when the lift mechanism reportedly malfunctioned, causing him to fall. Emergency services responded to the scene. The injured man was transported to hospital. He's listed in stable condition. Investigations continue. This matter happening on Monday afternoon. Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Ion News hotline 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas @gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight. But when we come back, the nation's leader making a call on churches to be more present in communities. We've got that story coming up. And later tonight, the church challenges governments and political leaders to prioritize particular issues in the country. We've got more on that right after this break.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Forget them flower, forget them check. You know it's Tommy, get the respect. AP is hot, we sitting close. Breeze on your lip, that's how I know. You is my person, that ain't no secret. You sharing, I might keep it. Love buckets.
8 tasty pieces of chicken, thighs and legs for just $20. And a large side for $5. This February, love deserves a bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Life moves fast, and the best moments happen when you get more from every connection.
Boy, life come true, eh? Appreciate it.
When your world is connected, more convenience comes naturally, so you can keep moving with more freedom and less interruption. From real-time updates to everyday essentials, you stay more in sync with life. Because when time matters, more reliability keeps you one step ahead. From home to work and everywhere life takes you, our network is built for more.
Yes, we got everything secured in the cloud.
Driven by a network built for today and designed to deliver more possibilities tomorrow.
Oh, how we getting ya?
Where entertainment is more immersive.
Who's again? Hey, watching the game.
And real life moments come with more access instantly. This is connectivity that feels out of this world. Join the family and experience more. It's good to be alive.
Bahamian ownership in fly fishing is very important. Not only does it create opportunities for Bahamians, this is our industry, so we're proud of what we do. Opportunity is important. It's the story of my life, because with the opportunities, you can chart your own course. Prime Minister Davis and his team see the opportunities by providing these grants and what it can do for our country. It's just wonderful, and I'm glad to see these ventures working so that other people can get involved. This is real. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's help ourselves.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division.
For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. $5.10 at Shell. Esso coming in at $5.11. Rubis the highest tonight, $5.12. Your local prices at the pump. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. The nation's leader, Prime Minister Philip Davis, issuing a clarion call to churches to step up their community-driven efforts as he emphasized the church's role in nation building. Davis issuing the challenge while offering remarks at the 61st session of the Highway Church of God National Convention on Sunday. He's asserting to church leaders and members gathered that amid a heightened election season, politics cannot and should not overshadow the task at hand.
I want to challenge you gently this evening as you close this General Assembly. Ask God what new thing He wants from you in this season. Perhaps it is a deeper outreach to young men in this community. Perhaps it is a support group for families who have lost loved ones to violence. Perhaps it is a mentoring program that links elders of the church with teenagers who need guidance. Every boy on the corner has a name. Every girl in the school uniform has dreams. When you see them, greet them. Ask how they are doing. Tell them they have worth. Many of them do not hear that enough. We can choose, of course, to protect unity. Unity. Political debates will come and go. Election seasons will come and go. But after every vote is counted, we still have to live together, work together, raise children together, and recover from storms together.
Well, church leaders are also challenging the Davis administration as well as other political parties hoping to win the upcoming general election. Bishop Anthony Farrington says the next administration must prioritize issues that are making affordable living in the Bahamas difficult for Bahamians. And while he says more could be done in that regard, the bishop says the issue of health care must also be high on their agenda.
My key issue really for the next administration is reducing the cost of living, healthcare, education, really tackling inflation. Healthcare is not a political football. I don't believe that healthcare should be a political football. I think that all parties should get together and the best idea come forward that we should be able to bring relief to our people. I know that we need the facility. Now, would it be on the same campus or would it be at a different location? I really can't speak to that. But I know that we need additional beds. The facilities that I've seen recently in the news left much to be desired. So our people deserve better.
Meantime, Deputy Director of Tourism Dr. Kenneth Romer asserting that religious tourism is back as he sat with church leaders from the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World Incorporated who are hosting their 77th annual Apostolic Explosion General Convention beginning this coming Sunday. The convention holds weight as it will host the Bishop Board meeting of the PAW for the third time in the organization's history. The church gathering is expected to bring more than 800 local and international delegates to the country, a move that could bolster the country's tourism economy that's already seeing an upswing.
This event, of course, is significant for the Ministry of Tourism, and most notably the Religious Tourism Department. I'm joined by colleagues this morning also. This department was just recently resurrected or revived, whatever church word you want to use. We brought it back to life.
Transform.
After 4 years, or 8 years actually, of being integrated into other departments. So after an 8-year absence, we do have now the Religious Tourism Department as a standalone department within our ministry. You heard a bit of the history, where in 2018, the Bahamas hosted the entire Paul Bishops Board, comprising at the time over 250 delegates, inclusive of diocesan bishops, suffragan bishops, international delegates, and you heard where they came from Europe and Africa, Canada, Caribbean, the US, some of our key source markets as a tourism organization. I'm advised that this was a huge success, an excellent exposure for our country, which resulted in the return visit of many organizations.
We're noting tonight that the country has previously benefited from religious tourism, as he referenced other gatherings that brought thousands of believers to paradise. That said, he's giving some insight on some key steps that will be taken to ensure that religious tourism stands on its own as it proves to be a lucrative industry.
You'll find that the tentacles of religious tourism speaks not just to faith-based tourism, which is $1 billion industry. But also cultural and heritage tourism. So there is going to be an amalgamation again of the priorities for religious tourism to focus on religious tourism, or faith-based, your cultural and heritage tourism, and not just a Nassau-centric approach. But you'll find out now that this strategy would incorporate the entire island's destination. In addition to that, we are in the formative status of identifying what we're calling now our faith-based ambassadors. So this is not something that is going to be done in isolation by one department, but we are going to be reaching out to the entire archipelago. We are going to be training faith-based ambassadors across denominational lines, and they will be the ones taking, again, the message of tourism in the Bahamas through many of their affiliate partners in our key source markets. So there'll be a lot of training. There'll be a lot of meetings. We're going to do it bigger and better when it comes to faith-based tourism.
Well, tonight we turn our focus to rehabilitation and punishment, specifically as they relate to those caught in the revolving cycle of criminality. While some believe the two operate independently, while others are convinced that rehabilitation and punishment must work together to address the challenges of repeat offenders. Tonight, we meet an everyday hero who is not only literally powering communities in his 9-to-5 at Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited, but also powering progress in the lives of individuals who have found themselves on the wrong side of the law. In this week's edition of BPL's Keeping Current, we get the details.
Power has reach. It stretches across communities, lighting homes, schools, and businesses. But some of that power extends far beyond the grid. And for one BPL employee, that reach is touching lives, restoring hope, and creating second chances.
How many of you have heard these statements? They have done the crime, now they must spend the time. What about throw the key away and just lock them up? People in the street ask this question. Dave, why are you wasting time with them old criminals? They can't change. And my response has been, they will return back to society.
For Williams, it's this reality that has powered more than 20 years of work in prison ministry. Speaking to the men-only Rotary Club of West Nassau, Williams explained why men are at a greater risk of reoffending.
Most of them come out and they can't find nothing to do because why? Society is not willing to give them a chance.
Denver Pratt, who spent 10 years in federal prison, is a living example of a second chance. Now a business owner, he has dedicated his life to mentoring young men through Prison Fellowship Bahamas.
All of us has to be a part of this crime problem, get involved, seek someone that you can mentor to deter them from crime, because if not, it's going to come to our doors, it's going to come to our businesses. So all of us have to play a part. The key thing to this, and what kept me for all of those years, is having a relationship with Jesus Christ.
I think one of the things that stood out to me is the need for fathers in the home. Without that influence, a lot of young men in particular get led astray.
From powering communities to empowering lives, this is what service beyond the grid looks like. And for David Williams, service doesn't just end when the lights turn on. It begins when hope is restored.
In Eyewitness News today, it's 242 Day at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and they're celebrating in grand style. I hope you had on your Bahamian colors, but first, a check on tonight's weather forecast.
arrival of American Airlines' inaugural flight from Miami, Florida to Bimini, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Tourism, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, as well as Managing Director of Operations at American Airlines, Jose Maria Geraldo, celebrated the beginning of this newest non-stop service.
Bimini has long been a significant part of our tourism offering. Bimini has always done exceedingly well with ferries and seaplanes and connections through Nassau. And today we are expanding and complementing the connectivity with this new American Airlines service to Bimini. 3 times a week, roughly 30 minutes or less to Bimini from Miami. This new service, operated on an Embraer 175 aircraft, offers 76 seats, as I mentioned, arriving on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, providing visitors with a seamless short trip from the hub of Miami to Bimini, the gateway to our beautiful archipelago. Let me just say that this is a significant opportunity for us to continue to expand our tourism stopover product. And let's make no mistake, this deliberate approach underscores the Bahamas' repositioning Bimini as a premium and easily accessible destination by pairing this new airlift with modernized airport infrastructure.
Today, we are thrilled to further strengthen our commitment to the Bahamas, a country that we have served for more than 35 years, and we are proud to lead as the largest U.S. airline in the country. With this new route from Miami, which will operate 3 times a week on an Embraer 175, we will open the doors of Bimini to our customers around the world, playing a vital role in further promoting the country's tourism industry.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
We have made significant progress on the installation of the temporary causeway at the Tino Beach Bridge. The causeway, when completed, will allow all vehicle types to access Tino Island with no weight restrictions.
So since the passing of Hurricane Dorian, the Lucayan Service Company has been challenged over the past 6 years. We have had major failures within the interior parts of the island on Grand Bahama Highway that lead across to the eastern part of the island, which is the Casuarina Bridge and the Sajak Hayward Bridge.
In August 2023, after an inspection of the Tino Beach Bridge, there were some concerns.
And for 2 years, we've been working very closely with engineers here on island and those that are from out of Nassau as well to ensure that we had the best results going forward.
We've been exploring various options to replace the bridge to ensure that we make the best decision on the way forward for long-term sustainability.
The causeway will be built by simply dumping fill into the canal. This fill will be compacted to engineering standards. After it's compacted, an asphalt top will be added. After the asphalt top is added, there will be jersey barriers and other traffic management tools to make sure pedestrians and road users are safe.
Currently, this is an emergency repair that we're doing right now.
It would allow residents on the southern side of the bridge to return to a sense of normalcy.
Bukhari Service Company and Tamarind Development Company, we take the environment serious.
We want to let everybody know that an environmental study was completed.
And we are following the environmental monitoring plan that was provided.
We continue to work along with stakeholders and also with outside and exterior entities
to make sure we adhere to the plan and we are accountable.
And any concerns that they bring to the table, they are foremost addressed in an urgent and controlled manner.
103.5 is turning 8 years old. 103.5 The Beat and Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group presents The Beat Fest. It's a Bahamian musical experience on March 14th at The Pond. Doors open 7 p.m. sharp. Performing live, Shine, Stevie S, Mama D, Veronica Bishop, Funky D, all backed up by The Pond Band. Hosted by Joe Cools, 1K Gaza, and Jess Mo. Music by 103.5 The Beat DJ. Tickets available now at all Beauty Shack locations. General admission, 30. VIP, 75. Get your tickets early. Spots are limited. Sponsored by Mazzari International, The Plug, and The Beauty Shack. And of course, 103.5 The Beat.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, if you haven't heard by now, it's 242 Day, all things Bahamian.
And the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture are commemorating the 4th annual edition by bringing locals to its Oakfield building for an opportunity to display and monetize their businesses. Cultural Officer Anya Bo says this is just a glimpse of what Independence celebrations will look like this year at the ministry.
And so what we do is we bring out our vendors. We have a cultural registry that can be signed. You can sign up for that online. So we have a cultural registry website as well as cultural registry on My Gateway that we have vendors sign up on. So what I do is I send out a notice to all of our vendors and let our Bahamian vendors know that they can come here and provide us with our goodies.
Vendors are offering anything and everything from hand-stitched bags to gully wash and some local fruit lemonade.
Sky juice is one of the norm that we normally carry, but today seeing that it was 2 for 2 and we were trying to think about something that outside of the box. We actually wanted some sour stuff, but seeing that it isn't in season now, I told my husband, I say, we can go ahead with the guava duff. So the guava duff is something with it's a base drink, but it has the pina colada to the bottom and the guava on top. It's extremely good.
Well, let us know in the comments what you did to celebrate 242 Day. Still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Devontae Hanna has your latest check on sports. Devontae?
Well, good evening, Janaea. It's 2 for Tuesday. I stole that from a friend of mine, but we got the highlights from the Hugh Campbell Championships last night, and Nassau, as we mentioned last night, is reigning supreme, and we'll tell you all about it right after this break.
Introducing the Easy Renew portal, brought to you by the National Insurance Board. Renewing your national insurance card has never been easier.
I can renew our cards right from the comfort of our home.
And it's so convenient.
Wow. Whether you're at work or studying hard at the library, even when you're on the go or enjoying retirement.
This is so easy.
Day or night, the Easy Renew portal is there for you. Easy Renew portal. Convenience at your fingertips.
Some burgers are simple. The Barbecue Crispy King, this one goes all in. Smoky barbecue sauce, crispy bacon, flame grilled beef, stacked high flavor in every bite. In Nassau, we don't do small, and we definitely don't do boring. And when morning hits, the Breakfast Barbecue Crispy King has that bam to start the day. Burger King Nassau, triple down on big flavor.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Welcome back to The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. In this special edition, we look back at 2025, a year of milestones, breakthroughs, and real impact across both energy and transport in the Bahamas.
From groundbreaking energy projects to safer streets for our communities, 2025 is setting the pace for progress. Let's start by seeing how energy is powering our islands forward.
2025 marked a major leap in renewable energy. With the National Energy Policy 2025 to 2030 finalized, the foundation was set for cleaner, more reliable power. The Energy Summit brought it to life, spotlighting multi-island power purchase agreements, New Providence's first utility-scale solar project, and LNG agreements shaping a more sustainable future.
We are carefully overseeing each development, with most stations expected to be online by the fourth quarter of 2026.
The ministry's transport initiatives focused on safety and connectivity. School crossing guards and solar-powered signs improved road safety, while the Drive Safe to Arrive Alive campaign reinforced safe driving nationwide. Partnerships with AdFi and BTC also brought Wi-Fi to public buses and taxis, improving connectivity for commuters. 2025 wasn't just a year of plans, it was a year of action. Every ministry-led project and partnership brought cleaner energy, safer roads, and stronger connections, shaping a future Bahamians can rely on.
We have chosen a future where Bahamians can rely on their energy system instead of worrying about it.
I'm Larissa Lundy, and this is The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. 2025 set the pace, and our future is already in motion. Stay with us.
103.5 is turning 8 years old. 103.5 The Beat and Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group presents The Beat Fest. It's a Bahamian musical experience on March 14th at The Pond. Doors open 7 p.m. sharp. Performing live, Shine, Stevie S, Mama D, Veronica Bishop, Funky D. All backed up by The Pond Band. Hosted by Joe Cools, 1K Gaza, and Jess Mo. Music by 103.5 The Beat DJ. Tickets available now at all Beauty Shack locations. General admission, 30. VIP, 75. Get your tickets early. Spots are limited. Sponsored by Mazzari International, The Plug, and The Beauty Shack. And of course, 103.5 The Beat.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Devontae Hanna, filling in for Laurentia Smith, and welcome to Eyewitness Sports. The Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic Championship is set, and for the 9th straight time, it will feature Nassau versus Freeport. Now, Freeport St. George's Jaguars have advanced to the title game for just the second time in school history after cruising past the Queens College Comets 71-45, ending the Comets' would-be fairy tale run. The Jaguars' defense set the tone early with Makai Nesbitt leading the way with 16 points and 16 rebounds, while Daquan Joseph added 15. Now, Queens College captain Tayshaun Taylor scored 17 points in the loss, capping the school's first Final Four appearance. Congratulations to them. Meantime, the perennial contenders C.I. Gibson secured their place in the final with a 57-49 win over the Anatole Rogers Timberwolves. Mario Roll dominated with 20 points and 13 rebounds, while Sidney Higgs contributed a double-double performance. The Rattlers, the tournament's most frequent finalists, are now chasing their 7th Hugh Campbell title, while the Jaguars are looking to make history with their first. Jaguar coach Calvin McIntosh had this to say after securing their spot in tonight's championship.
I feel awesome for the win. We get to play in the championship game tomorrow, so it feels wonderful. Just going to continue to play defense the way we've been playing. I think we got a little banged up in that game, so we got to rest and recover.
Well, the championship game is set for 8:30 at the Kendall G. Isaacs Gymnasium. I'm going to take off this suit and head down there. But still on the court, Bahamian rookie VJ Edgecombe delivering a standout performance to help pick the Philadelphia 76ers back up on their feet again and into the winning column. Edgecombe poured in 24 points, connecting on a career-high 6 three-pointers as the 76ers blew the Minnesota Timberwolves away in a convincing 135-108 win on Sunday night. Now, the rookie also added 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and played 37 minutes, providing a spark from long range that helped Philadelphia snap a 4-game losing streak. The win comes at a critical time for the Sixers, who had slipped in the Eastern Conference standings following recent losses, including a defeat to New Orleans. Now, with the victory, Philadelphia holds the number 6 seed in the East, and Edgecombe has now scored 20 or more points in 2 of his last 3 games. He comes up big, but it's a lot of pressure on the Rook.
More aggressive. Got to make more shots. Got to create. Got to create even more. That's all it is. Just got to create even more, be more aggressive, and make more shots. And I kind of go pick and roll with Joel. It's easy, man. You can just hit Joel in the pocket and he's going to score. And they can't guard. No one can guard him. So, yeah, I gotta be better. That's it. Simple. I gotta be better. I gotta make more plays for my teammates.
Well, that's a look at your sports at this hour. You can stay tuned, though. There's more news right after this break.
Are you self-employed or have a small business that's looking for a faster, easier way to submit your C10 statements and pay NIB contributions? Sign up for the NIB C10 Easy Submit and Pay mobile app today. It's quick, secure, and takes just 5 simple steps. You will need a completed R1 business registration form and 2 forms of ID, a passport, voter's card, NIB card, or driver's license. Choose your role and enter your info, NI number, employer's NI number, name, and date of birth. Hit next. Enter your email, check your inbox for the code, then type it in to verify. Upload the R1 form and your 2 forms of ID and tap submit. Track your application anytime by tapping check status. Once approved, you'll get your confirmation and PIN by email within 24 to 72 hours. Return to the app, tap register now, set your login details and enter your final code. That's it. You're now ready to manage your NIB contributions anytime, anywhere. Self-employed persons, small business owners. Skip the line, save time. Download the NIB C10 Easy Submit and Pay mobile app today.
The Fox Foundation proudly presents the keynote speaker for the 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, this March 19th at 7 p.m. at the beautiful Bahamas Resort. Get ready to be inspired by Randy Zuckerberg, tech innovator and the creator of Facebook Live. She revolutionized real-time digital engagement, empowering individuals and brands to broadcast instantly to global audiences. And now she brings that innovation and insight to the Fox Foundation's 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, March 19th at 7 p.m. at the Bahamas Resort. Under this year's theme, Give to Gain, join us for a night designed to inspire growth, spark opportunity, and strengthen the future of women in business.
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This $150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. It's 10K. Name these games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Brunson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace, not too much water. Put it down, let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week, 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck, winners live here.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, Score Talk Blue 2 had its days mixed up, but congratulations to CI Gibson for their win in the Hugh Campbell tournament and also to Coach KJ Johnson. Coming up in Beyond the Headlines with Shanique Miller, a look at all of today's top stories. That's coming up and Beyond the Headlines, it starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janae Wild saying good night, be safe. Have a great evening, everyone.
The Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training advises the public that the registration process of the 2026-2027 school year for public school students has commenced. Parents are urged to register their children before the deadline of the 31st of March 2026. Here's what you'll need: your child's proof of identity, immunization card, their most recent transcript or report card, parents or guardians' proof of identity. Register before the deadline to ensure a seamless transition into the new school year. Don't delay. Register today.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how. Everybody get up.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
The Fox Foundation proudly presents the keynote speaker for the 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, this March 19th at 7 p.m. at the beautiful Bahamas Resort. Get ready to be inspired by Randy Zuckerberg, tech innovator and the creator of Facebook Live. She revolutionized real-time digital engagement, empowering individuals and brands to broadcast instantly to global audiences. And now she brings that innovation and insight to the Fox Foundation's 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, March 19th at 7 p.m. at the Bahamas Resort. Under this year's theme, Gain. Join us for a night to inspire growth, spark opportunity, and strengthen the future of women in business.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This 150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. It's 10K. Name these games after me. Full Dragon.
Full Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Bronson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
Thoughts,
It's
views,
the
and
Bounce Back
comments
150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here. 103.5 is turning 8 years old. 103.5 The Beat and Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group presents The Beat Fest. It's a Bahamian musical experience on March 14th at The Pond. Doors open 7 p.m. sharp. Performing live, Shine, Stevie S, Mama D, Veronica Bishop, Funky D. All backed up by the Pond Band. Hosted by Joe Cools, 1K Gaza, and Jess Mo. Music by 103.5 The Beat DJ. Tickets available now at all Beauty Shack locations. General admission, 30. VIP, 75. Get your tickets early. Spots are limited. Sponsored by Mazzari International, The Plug, and The Beauty Shack. And of course, 103.5 The Beat.
The Fox Foundation proudly presents the keynote speaker for the 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, this March 19th at 7 p.m. at the beautiful Bahamas Resort. Get ready to be inspired by Randy Zuckerberg, tech innovator and the creator of Facebook Live. She revolutionized real-time digital engagement, empowering individuals and brands to broadcast instantly to global audiences. And now she brings that innovation and insight to the Fox Foundation's 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, March 19th at 7 p.m. at the Bahamas Resort. Under this year's theme, Give to Gain, join us for a night designed to inspire growth, spark opportunity, and strengthen the future of women in business.
Hey.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, former National Security Minister Marvin Dames on the defensive tonight as his business partner is caught up in a drug smuggling case in the United States. A Grand Bahama man was caught masquerading as a lawyer. That's not the shocking part. Take a look at this photo. Yeah, that's right. That is the 30-year-old man dressed as a woman as he appeared in Grand Bahama courtrooms. Can't make this stuff up. And if you think that's interesting, well, get a hold of this. Leroy Major says the PLP has sabotaged his re-election bid in Southern Shores. We talk about that tonight. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. The Free National Movement candidate for Mount Moriah, Marvin Dames, admitting today he previously conducted business with a man now in U.S. custody in connection of drug possession. The man was arrested in the United States. The FNM candidate and former Minister of National Security says he had no involvement in the criminal activity. Jose Etienne picks the story up from here.
Eyewitness News has been working all day to connect the dots after a business associate of former National Security Minister Marvin Dames was arrested in Broward County, Florida. Reports indicate on drug-related charges. In a statement released this morning, Dames confirmed that he and his wife entered into a business arrangement with the individual in 2024. However, it remains unclear whether that business relationship is still active. The statement does not indicate that the partnership was terminated, nor does it detail the nature of the business arrangement. We do know Dames, a former deputy commissioner of police, operates a private security firm. There are also unconfirmed reports suggesting possible involvement in a maritime-related business. At this time, we cannot confirm whether either entity is connected to the individual's arrest. Dames, who is seeking to reclaim the Mount Moriah seat, states that neither he or his wife had any knowledge of, involvement in, or benefit from any alleged unlawful activity. He further states that at no time did he or his wife authorize, participate in, or sanction any criminal conduct. Dames also says he and his wife will fully cooperate with any lawful inquiry in the Bahamas or the United States. Now, there are unconfirmed reports attempting to link Dames to a separate incident involving a Bahamian man arrested near Florida with approximately 200 kilograms of cocaine on a private vessel. We must emphasize those reports remain unsubstantiated. At this stage, there is no official indication that Dames is the target of any investigation. And there are no signs that he intends to withdraw his candidacy as he prepares for another bid to unseat the incumbent member of parliament who defeated him in 2021. We continue to seek official confirmation from United States authorities and local law enforcement. Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
Well, it's a story really that has taken hold of the internet. Many people on WhatsApp and social media are really having their say and their own interpretation of whatever it is that is involving a boat that is believed to be registered to Marvin Dames, the MV Real Experience. It is also believed that Dames is involved with, operated, or operates marine, as you heard Jose talk about, a maritime type business. I think it's to do with charter fishing and that type thing. Not sure if this vessel was involved in that, but I am going to start the discussion right there this evening. I'm going to bring in the Hot Topics panel. You all, a lot has been said. We're expecting, of course, Glenroy Pratt to be joining us shortly as well by Zoom. But welcome, Peggy, Candace, and Cassius Stewart. It's good to have you both here. Good evening to you. A lot has been said about this. This brings back to memory just a few weeks ago with another high-profile international case where Bahamians were named. Now, here is a case where a man was caught by law enforcement agents in the United States with 200 plus kilos of cocaine on a vessel, saying that, listen, he operates by himself. He called no names, but Marvin Dames immediately came out and said, listen, a person, I guess, who is now a part of an investigation, was a business partner, is a business partner. Not sure where that relationship stands right now, but sort of putting it out there before it turns into what it is morphing into. You all, what does this do with Marvin Dames, who is a ratified candidate heading into a next general election, just to start with?
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Thank you for having me here. Initially, his statement for me created more questions. We want more information. Since you started this conversation, we want to know, what was the business? And my personal question is, why you brought your wife's name into it? Why not protect her from the scrutiny that she will indeed have now from Bahamians? It is not a good look. And many Bahamians are trying to connect it and ask questions like, is he the politician that remained unnamed? And the other case that we are aware of with the defense force officer and the police officer. And so
this is where the discussion has gone to on social media?
The discussion has gone to on social media. Bahamians are paying attention. Bahamians are smart. You keep fooling yourself about the average. Bahamians are street smart. They have common sense and they like drama. So they're used to putting puzzles together and creating this scenario and coming to their own conclusions. So it was very, very active today on social media in those WhatsApp group. People asking questions, people assuming, and it definitely is not a good look for the Mount Moriah candidate.
Well, first of all, good evening, Bahamas. It's cold. And it's cold for some people. And it's cold. I don't like the cold, but it's cold. I know it's cold. It's a cold night for Marvin. One thing, let me explain something to y'all in the Bahamas. Every phone call you make, every WhatsApp you call, every text you call, the United States knows. Every phone call, if your phone is not on, they can still hear your conversation. How do you think they're able to find and catch drug dealers? So for y'all out there who try to do drugs, don't do it because you can get catch. So, that being said, this is not a good look for the former minister. It is not a good look for the candidacy, his candidacy. It's not a good look for the Free National Movement. Because to be even associated or tied to this individual, it's a bad thing. And so for me, it breaks my heart because we've seen so many people from time after memorial over the last 2 years, high-ranking people being caught up in this nonsense called drugs. We know the United States is heavy pushing against drugs and they're going after people who smuggle drugs into the United States. So you know you can't get away with it.
Yeah, this is not the time to even get caught, be caught up in. It was shocking just to hear that the gentleman was arrested and with such a large amount of drugs.
200 kilos of cocaine.
With drugs on board.
It's a lot of drugs. So,
but what kind of shadow does this cast?
Nobody deals drugs by themselves. And I guarantee you that the United States is now monitoring every phone call, every message, every form of text to see how this ties and where this goes. That's how they operate.
Cassius, the gentleman told law enforcement in the United States that he operates alone, that he is connected with no one and no one is connected with him. Then Marvin Dames has said, and Glenroy, you're going to come in right now. You're going to come right now. Marvin Dames has said he knows nothing of what took place in Broward County.
Now, taking his word, he may not know anything about it, right? But in the Bahamas, if drugs is found in the house and 6 people in the house, guess who's going to jail? Everybody going to jail. Yes. That's just how it goes. And so we got to be very careful of the association. I mean, as the former minister, you're supposed to vet the people you're doing business with because you can't associate with certain people. And so that is a very serious thing. But we hope to see how this plays out. Because that is a very, very thing. And right now, I think he should be writing the beginning of his resignation letter.
Glenroy, good evening to you. Welcome to the show. Glenroy, does Marvin Dames tonight, as the ratified candidate for the Free National Movement in Mount Moriah, need to be penning his resignation?
I would say no. I mean, why would he tender his resignation? He already stated that he was not involved with it. Obviously, is in the same vein, if you have children living in your house and they're involved with criminal activity, yes, if the police comes and they find stuff in your house, everybody gets locked up. But in this instance, there is not the house. This is out in the field in somewhere in another country. This guy was saying that he's operating on his own. The fact is that when you have children, even in those instances in your home, the child is responsible. The parent isn't always responsible for what children do behind their back. You could enter a business arrangement with other individuals and do not know what kind of background they have. That doesn't mean that you're guilty by association. We could attribute it, we could try to suggest that, but that doesn't necessarily. We look at a lot of different instances where there are former politicians in this country, and namely even the former prime minister who was dead and gone, have been associated with people in his cabinet and others who were involved with certain or alleged to have been involved with certain trades and they hadn't resigned.
Glenroy, come on.
In the Bahamas, it's a small country. With social media, you got to win in the court of public opinion. And so as a politician,
the court of public opinion,
determines if he's elected. And if he's not electable because of these things, he may be innocent. But the court of a public opinion in the Bahamas is pointing, is not looking good for him. And so if he cannot be elected because of that, he should step away so that somebody else can come in.
Not necessarily. But I think there are some questions that needs to be answered. I agree with that.
Like what? Like what? Glenroy, like what? Give me one. Give me one of those questions that need to be answered.
Give us some questions.
One of those questions.
One.
Well, the fact is, what type of business is it, right?
Yes.
That's a good question. What type of business? But the fact is, you cannot attribute somebody else's behavior to yourself. If you enter business arrangement, some people go awry. You could be, listen, you are in the church and the pastor goes awry. That means everybody in the church is guilty of being whatever the pastor is doing.
Different scenario, Glenn, right? It's a different scenario. You can't use that.
No, it's not a different scenario. It's the principle.
You can't use it. All we're saying, and we're not saying that he's guilty. All we're saying is association, and you want to be a candidate in the next election is not a good picture.
Listen, if we talk about association, we have a lot of politicians in this country that have been associated with different things, but we cannot attribute them to being guilty, right?
Well, if you take a picture with Aspin, you know you're guilty, right? You don't even, in America, you don't even have to know him. All you do is take a picture with him and they see you guilty. You've been on the island.
That's exactly the
Did you go on the island? Did he go on the island? That's the question.
But Glenroy, I noticed
he had a wide reach.
Your temperament changed when the Epstein story. But one of the questions that I think you should ask on our behalf is it true that the boat used with those 2,000 pounds or kilos or whatever they were, 200
keys.
200. Okay, 200 keys. Was it registered in Mr. Dames' name? Probably you could find out first.
But wasn't there a gentleman who was accused of murder? Wasn't there a gentleman who was accused of being involved with a murder plot that transpired all the way in Clifton Key? He was a part of the PLP government. Can we say that everybody in that government is corrupt?
Can you stick to the point?
That person is not seeking election, never sought, as far as I'm aware.
And he's not today's trending story.
But he's still a part of the government.
And that case, in fact, I think that person is imprisoned as we speak. But listen, I want to ask you all, is this a shadow that the Free National Movement can afford to have at this moment, or this is just something separate and apart?
Especially when they try to be the higher moral party in this country.
When were they trying to be the higher? No,
every time they speak. Every time they speak.
I don't even mean it like that.
Accountability, transparency.
I'm saying every political organization is trying to present this very high moral authority.
The FEB been trying to catch a fire for a long time. But now they've caught the fire, all of them. They caught the fire.
More fire.
And so, the party needed the momentum, but the party doesn't have the momentum. But now it seems to just put a damper on everything because this is not a good look. And so leadership is one thing. You have to understand in Westminster system, they said, even if you are not guilty, the appearance of guilt is a bad thing in Westminster system.
Let's apply that same principle. Wasn't there just an Epstein file that just was dropped and allegedly had some persons who are running for political office?
Yes, but listen, there's been nothing concrete, Glenroy, that supported anything that came out. So that fizzled very quickly.
But there's nothing concrete that supports
But Dames himself sent out a statement saying this was his business partner.
And then if you think about money laundering and the proceeds of crime,
and so legitimate questions, and I'm not suggesting that anything, because he has stated, a former senior police officer, someone who runs a security firm, a former minister of national security, so we will take his word. He has stated he knows nothing about the boat that's registered in his name and what it was up to at the time of arrest. However, what we're saying though, he says this person is or was a business partner. So therefore, a lot of legitimate questions come about. However, when you mention the Epstein rumors, really, that happened about maybe 2-3 weeks ago, that is all they were. Nothing concrete
and it
supported and accompanied those rumors.
But again, the rumors still exist. It's rumors. That's all it is.
But that is different from what we're dealing with today,
I want you to be my friend because you're going down with me to the end. I want you to be my friend.
Glenroy, save yourself.
You can be my friend, Glenroy.
Well, I'll tell you this, Glenroy may have to step in right here because this right here, you can't make this one up. I need a reality TV. Call Rick Fox. Tell him call his reality TV friends. Because tell Rick Fox call his reality TV friends for this one. A 30-year-old man is heading to prison tonight after he admitted he impersonated a female attorney. That's right, you all heard me right. This man impersonated a female attorney and defrauded clients. Akimo McIntosh pleaded guilty to 13 counts of forgery, 13 counts of possession of forged documents, and 13 counts of uttering forged documents. He also faces, Mom, where the pictures, y'all? Come on now. The people ain't watching this segment to see me. You know, let's show them to do it and keep that same one picture up. So listen, he also had 4 counts of fraud by false pretense of money laundering. Right there, keep that right up. That's him, y'all. I don't know how he shaved, how he got slim. That's some serious contouring that this gentleman did. The wig looked like it laid. But I want to know what's happening in the courts of Grand Bahama. Keep it right there, y'all. Keep it right there. What is happening in the courtrooms of Grand Bahama and the people of Grand Bahama to have this man walking around in this 10-ton of makeup and they could not spot? And then how was his voice? Anyway, listen, y'all. Let me finish reading this to y'all. Listen, I don't get it. Freeport, what's going on with y'all? We got a bridge over here we could tell y'all, you know. 1 count of procuring a forged document and 3 counts of pretending to be a counsel and attorney. Keep it going, you all. Let's go. Let's keep it moving in the back there. Now, according to investigators, McIntosh operated under the alias Mrs. Roll, targeting individuals seeking legal advice and representation and fraudulently collecting money under the guise of being a licensed attorney. Police say at the time of his arrest, McIntosh was dressed in spandex and tights, with eyelashes and a face full of makeup, including eyebrows drawn on. A search of his vehicles allegedly uncovered a travel bag containing male clothing in the trunk, along with items including high heels, jewelry, nail polish, and 2 cellular phones. During court proceedings today, McIntosh told the court that he accepted the facts of the case, stating that people make mistakes. Oh, Lord. There's a serious it's a different level of mistake here. He also revealed that he is currently suffering from several health challenges. You all, let's just talk about, put the picture up, you all. Let's just show McIntosh. He's a star. Let's just show what y'all think right there. What y'all think was going on in Grand Bahama that this right here, this, who knows how long it took place and how long it went on for, but this happened in Grand Bahama, right here in the Bahamas, in Grand Bahama.
And people hired him.
Hired and paid.
And paid him. And attorneys are well known. I mean, who identify him? He going before a judge. The judge didn't know.
A whole judge.
Peggy, all I can say is be careful of the people who get gas. Because they can swing you.
Oh my
Watch
God.
them people who get gas. They can swing you. Because this boy turned into a woman and then go on to court to be the his own lawyer.
Miss Rose.
This fella creative. I've never seen such creativity. But you know, he needs to go to jail because he is off the chain. Fraud, defrauding this, and then you turn into your own lawyer, put on makeup, and you go on the court to represent yourself.
No, and people.
And other people do.
Other people. That's right. Glenroy, I don't know if you have something to say about this.
He get gas.
I'm concerned about all the fellas who may have fallen in love with her.
Oh my God. Oh,
it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash.
New level.
We didn't think of that. Listen, don't go anywhere. We are just getting started. Leroy Major, this is the most vocal he's been in this entire term. Well, tonight, Leroy Major say the PLP gave him a dirty deal. We're backward after this.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash. And you know how Superwash always have the latest and greatest model of washer and dryer? Well, they thought it's about time they get the latest supermodel as well.
Wait a minute, Mr. Charlie Banana. Just because Superwash always changing and upgrading their machines, I mean they gotta change those folks, but they got the newest washer and dryer, and they're always upgrading all their locations. And these 2 models, they ain't gonna change. Superwash, they wash you, cleans you, presses you 24/7.
Introducing the Easy Renew portal, brought to you by the National Insurance Board. Renewing your national insurance card has never been easier.
I can renew our cards right from the comfort of our home.
And it's so convenient.
Wow.
Whether you're at work or studying hard at the library, even when you're on the go or enjoying retirement.
This is so easy.
Day or night, the Easy Renew portal is there for you. Easy Renew portal. Convenience at your fingertips.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin? Relieve it in 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief. With soothing triple oat complex, clinically proven to heal and strengthen dry skin. Aveeno, your skin stronger.
Don't let diarrhea steal your sunshine. Imodium Multi-Symptom Relief gets to work fast in just 1 hour, offering our most complete relief from diarrhea, bloating, gas, and cramps. So you can get diarrhea off your mind. Imodium. Calm the chaos of diarrhea.
Are you self-employed or have a small business that's looking for a faster, easier way to submit your C10 statements and pay NIB contributions? Sign up for the NIB C10 Easy Submit and Pay mobile app today. It's quick, secure, and takes just 5 simple steps. You will need a completed R1 business registration form and 2 forms of ID, a passport, voter's card, NIB card, or driver's license. Choose your role and enter your info, NI number, employer's NI number, name, and date of birth. Hit next. Enter your email, check your inbox for the code, then type it in to verify. Upload the R1 form and your 2 forms of ID and tap submit. Track your application anytime by tapping check status. Once approved, you'll get your confirmation and PIN by email within 24 to 72 hours. Return to the app, tap register now, set your login details and enter your final code. That's it. You're now ready to manage your NIB contributions anytime, anywhere. Self-employed persons, small business owners. Skip the line, save time. Download the NIB C10 Easy Submit and Pay mobile app today.
It's a Holy Frosty Christmas and Wendy's and Coke is bringing the chill. This year, when you upgrade any Wendy's combo to a large, you can instantly win big with the Upgrade and Win Christmas giveaway. We're talking travel gift cards, gadgets, holiday treats, and prizes that make your Holy Frosty Christmas shine. Just upgrade your favorite lunch combo, scan the QR code on your receipt to enter and let the holiday magic begin. Enjoy great tasting food and win big this Christmas with Wendy's and Coca-Cola's Upgrade and Win. Rules and restrictions apply.
103.5 is turning 8 years old. 103.5 The Beat and Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group presents The Beat Fest. It's a Bahamian musical experience on March 14th at The Pond. Doors open 7 p.m. sharp. Performing live, Shine, Stevie S, Mama D, Veronica Bishop, Funky D. All backed up by The Pond Band. Hosted by Joe Cools, 1K Gaza, and Jess Mo. Music by 103.5 The Beat DJ. Tickets available now at all Beauty Shack locations. General admission, 30. VIP, 75. Get your tickets early. Spots are limited. Sponsored by Mazzari International, The Plug, and The Beauty Shack. And of course, 103.5 The Beat.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in this evening. Infighting seemingly brewing within the Southern Shores branch of the Progressive Liberal Party, with the sitting Member of Parliament, Leroy Major, accusing the government of allegedly sabotaging his re-election bid by mishandling the public contracts in his constituency. Major's comments came in direct response to a video from PLP candidate Obi Roberts touting his efforts for mowing the grass of the Misty Close Park through a partnership with the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Major making it very clear the ongoing infrastructural work in Southern Shores is partly the result of his efforts and the mess the government reportedly created.
Road, Misty Gardens have been calling in and letting him know about the situation at the park. He came and he get it done. But I must say that in one of the chat, somebody asked what was the meaning behind this park. Well, today I want to answer that. This park was always on a contract. For some reason, came off a contract. He called someone at the PLP headquarters, control all of my contract, take it and give it to who they want to give it to, just to sabotage me. I wanted to know if we could work. And so, Mr. Roberts, we in Marshall Road, we in Misty Gardens, we thank you for cleaning up the mess that you created. As a matter of fact, for the road work that is taking place right now in Millis Heights and Sunset Park, that is phase 2 from what I started. Has nothing to do with you and has nothing to do with the PLP patch.
Go ahead, Leroy Major. Leroy Major is more vocal than he's ever been. Leroy Major say that PLP and someone at PLP headquarters sabotaged him. You all, what do you make of this very vocal, very brave and brash Leroy Major? I'm not quite sure, if there's a need for him to try and sort something out. But he's saying to Obi, don't pat yourself on the back, dude. Nothing to do with you. What's happening?
Well, obviously he's angry, and whatever transpired between him and the leadership of the PLP is not good, and it's not going down good. I think the leadership needs to reach out to him and straighten out whatever situation they got, because he is hell bent on destroying any movement they are making in that constituency. That can only end up one way. They're losing the constituency because people are now turned off. So they got to fix that. But also, interesting enough is that if Leroy was just vocal as the MP for the last 5 years, then he wouldn't have this problem of not being the MP. Because, this is the most I've ever heard him speak. And so as an MP, you got to be vocal. You got to be in the Bahamas throughout. People got to know who you are. Mm-hmm. And so, but him now coming out and using his voice to destroy his party, is not a good thing for them. They got to fix that, and they got to fix that quickly.
You said vocal. If he was that visible, he's actually
oh yeah, that's true. And he get on a nice show too.
He's standing on the park that really he lives right around the corner from. I'm told the same park is in his neighborhood. The PLP, I don't think have anything to sort out with Leroy Major, because they have already ratified a candidate for the constituency, Mr. Roberts. And so I think what Leroy is trying to do, he's trying to stir up. But I would advise the new candidate, ratified candidate, to stay focused, stay on the ground, continue to do what you've been doing, reaching out, knocking on every door. Leroy Major is the former candidate.
But in politics, you got to understand that you got to be able to keep as much that fire out, because it can only destroy. So, Leroy, while you see him as one person, he can influence another 15 people, and you could lose by 15 votes.
I understand that.
And so you got to be very, very careful how you're dealing with people. And so as political organizations, sometimes we take people for granted, and that's probably the problem. We have to stop taking people for granted, because people got needs, they got concerns, they want to be loved, they want to be, they feel like they want to be, that you care about them. And so Leroy may be saying, listen, I don't like how you all treated me. So it's up to the leader of the party now to reach down and say, listen, Leroy, whatever happened is not right, let's fix it, let's make it right. But you cannot say, we ain't checking for Leroy, that ain't the right way to go. You got to reach out to him, because he was a part of you, and as a part of you, you got to respect him and show him that respect.
Well, the thing is, they weren't checking for him from the time that the nomination discussions were being had. They never settled that issue. Mm-hmm. The fact is, they actually allowed it to go on. I mean, he is just a study case and not seeing when the writing is on the wall. Obviously, the party moved on without him knowing. He obviously was not as in tune as he thought he was. But the saddest part is being in that time and sitting in those meetings and being amongst his peers, and nobody even told him anything. That's kind of cutthroat. That kind of stab in the back. But I agree with Cassius in the sense that political parties often sometimes have a sense of arrogance that they are becoming very dismissive of individuals because of their perceived understanding of their influence in the community. But everybody has some level of influence, and to the extent that that influence causes you to lose votes is something that you need to make sure that you handle gingerly, because the reality is politics is about numbers. And whenever you have a reduction in numbers in any fashion, it causes you to be in a place of having to catch up, and it isn't always good, because those negative voices can bring about major disruption in your electoral process and cause you not to be successful. So they have some work to do, but I think the horse is already out the barn, and he's eating hay and enjoying the fat of the land.
From the park.
Very, yeah.
From the lawnmower that will be cleaned up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But Leroy Major, that's good, Glenroy. But no, Leroy Major, it's just quite interesting that he's speaking out now. I think there's been rumors about him for a long time in terms of him maybe not getting the nomination, and now he waited until this time to be outspoken. The PLP waited until this time to not speak with him, obviously, and pull him in and let him know exactly that Leroy, we will not be moving forward with you. And so again, it all just looks sloppy.
No, in June of last year, Leroy Major made a statement that was he got some backlash from about being a backbencher and being ignored, and then he came back the following couple of days and said, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that." So this thing has been undercurrent, and
because he got wind that they will not be moving forward with him.
But there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for it.
The political parties got to understand, and sometimes the leader has to understand how to finesse its people, because snake shared skin, and sometimes you have to share skin. There are people that you cannot take on the next leg that was on you on the first leg, but you have to know how to deal with people. If you have no people skill, then what's going to happen is you're going to have the Leroy effect, where they come back to try to bite you. You have to understand that sometimes you have to be able to say to people, listen, we thank you for the first leg, the next leg, we need more of this, more of that, more flow, whatever. But you have to be able to tell people that. But, you know, for Leroy, there are many other people in the PLP party now that they should have shared, but probably didn't have the guts to do it. But, you know, they cannot take them to the next level. And that's the problem with political parties. Sometimes you get
the Leroy effect.
The Leroy effect.
But there are two constituencies that the PLP serving member of parliament made the possibility of a F&M win very possible in the minds of those aspiring candidates. I speak to what I know of. Leroy Major, poor performance in Southern Shores made Southern Shores such a ticket for the Free National Movement. When we look at Fort Charlotte, the performance then of the current and serving member of parliament made Fort Charlotte like an easy win for the F&M. And we see those dynamics change when the PLP selected their candidate, being Mr. Sabas and Mr. Roberts. And so now, seats that they thought would have been an easy win, that has changed for the Free National Movement candidate. Leroy Major storing out, I think, is for his ego, building up his self-esteem.
He's trying to repair his legacy, huh?
Repair something.
He's fighting because it's self-preservation.
Yeah,
it's self-preservation. Everyone has to preserve themselves at the end of the day, and so he has to preserve his legacy because this is his last call. And so at the end of the day, how does he want the world to remember him? And so what he's trying to do is try to fight it.
But I don't think this is the. I don't think
remember him
he's not doing it right.
Because had Leroy Major spoken out about anything, any issue in Southern Shores before now, he would have been the hero for Southern Shores.
But then we can say that by extension, name one among the
to be honest, quite a few of these guys are not as vocal in their
constituency.
Seats.
Yep.
I mean, and the truth is they're hardly as involved as they should be. I mean, and obviously there are some things that I'm seeing now in this whole electoral cycle that concerns me. And one of those things is this shedding of resources, specifically where people will vote for people based on resources. The core job of an MP is to be a legislator, to bring about legislation that will cause the country to move forward. And whereas an MP is being reduced to just somebody who is cleaning parks and all this other stuff, that's concerning. We need to make sure that laws are in place that helps the Bahamian for generations unborn, and not just laws putting on books, laws that are carried out and followed through on.
And sensible policies, man. Sensible policies, and you are so right. You are so right. You got to say that again, because our elections are reduced to just a TikTok show and I guess a little, what you call it, fun. There's no seriousness.
That is a part of it, though. You cannot exclude those things, but don't just bring those things to the table. You must show yourself on social media now, but that must be accompanied by a vision, by a plan, by resources to move the vision forward. Oh, it's very important this election season. That absolutely. Speaking of resources, were nursing students at the Bahamas Baptist University fleeced. That story after the break.
You got teeth and woman teeth in there.
The Fox Foundation proudly presents the keynote speaker for the 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, this March 19th at 7 p.m. at the beautiful Bahamas Resort. Get ready to be inspired by Randy Zuckerberg, tech innovator and the creator of Facebook Live. She revolutionized real-time digital engagement, empowering individuals and brands to broadcast instantly to global audiences. And now she brings that innovation and insight to the Fox Foundation's 3rd Annual Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative, March 19th at 7 p.m. at the Bahamas Resort. Under this year's theme, Give to Gain, join us for a night designed to inspire growth, spark opportunity, and strengthen the future of women in business.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This a 150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. It's 10K. Name these games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Bronson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here. 103.5 is turning 8 years old. 103.5 The Beat and Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group presents The Beat Fest. It's a Bahamian musical experience on March 14th at The Pond. Doors open 7 p.m. sharp. Performing live, Shine, Stevie S, Mama D, Veronica Bishop, Funky D. All backed up by The Pond Band. Hosted by Joe Cools, 1K Gaza, and Jess Mo. Music by 103.5 The Beat DJ. Tickets available now at all Beauty Shack locations. General admission, 30. VIP, 75. Get your tickets early. Spots are limited. Sponsored by Mazzari International, The Plug, and The Beauty Shack. And of course, 103.5 The Beat.
The Bahamas Baptist University College under a microscope tonight amid speculation that the tertiary institution could be double dipping. But an Eyewitness News investigation suggests that the Ministry of Health could also be at fault. Janelle Longley has the story.
And I confirmed with both PHA and somebody from administration that the clinical rotation fee is $250 for the entire rotation, not per clinical day. We are being charged per clinical day, which would have given us a total of $750. I swiped my card and I got a physical receipt. When I checked my account to see that the money came off, the funds did not go to the Bahamas Baptist University College. The funds that I paid went to Early Access Training Center, which is the school's president's personal institution and not the Bahamas Baptist College.
Clark claims the fee that they were charged was 3 times what the Public Hospitals Authority required. Still determined to finish, some students paid. Christy Miller says she paid $500 toward her clinical rotation, only to later be locked out of the school's online system, unable to access classes. She says after paying an additional balance, her money was returned.
About 5 minutes later, someone from the office told me that the secretary, the assistant for the president, had called me back. When I went to the office, she informed me that she gave me my monies back in an envelope with, she asked for the receipt back. And I was told that my name was apparently on a list of students that she was not to have accepted funds from. No other information was given. So I asked about my refund of the $500 I had previously paid. And she told me, she seemed shocked, and she told me that I would have needed to reach out to the president.
We reached out to the university president, who directed our team to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. We have received, however, no comment up to news time. Now removed from the program and forced to either start over or walk away from their nursing dreams, Clark says there's one question that remains.
When this course is completed, and you would have charged the government for me, knowing that I am not enrolled, knowing that you have prohibited me from enrolling, who is going to pay the government back for this education that I did not receive in time or money? Who is going to pay them back?
Janelle Longley, Eyewitness News.
You know, it is so confusing. I thought, Eric, I thought we had a response from Dr. Darville there, but you all, what is happening, these people, women and others studying nursing, obviously, and we know the fact that it's a shortage of nurses in the healthcare system, public and private, and they apparently are paying what they shouldn't be paying, and then the monies are being directed elsewhere, not to go through the institution and by extension the PHA. So the thing is, are they just wasting their time is what it is, because as she is saying, she has paid for an education she did not receive, and then the money is reportedly, allegedly going to the president of the institution. You all, this big mess that nobody could seem to answer to and have the answers for, it can ill afford to happen in a public healthcare system that's limping along.
You know, Shanique, we started off with drugs, fraud, man dressed up as woman as a lawyer. Now we talk about robbing students. What's going on today, Shanique? What's going on today? These poor children, all they're trying to do is go to school. Mm-hmm. You understand? And then it's hard for them to come by money. Why? I mean, of course, PHA needs to cause an audit to go on to see exactly what's going on, because PHA may not know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But if that is the case, what they're saying is true, then somebody needs to be investigated, and then somebody needs to be fired. No questions asked, because
or that institution need not to be used and a part of the Ministry of Health's sort of system where they can say, hey, you can go study nursing here or there. That kind of it needs to be taken out of the system, obviously.
Yeah, but you don't do that. I mean, obviously, listen, I'm PHA. You all know y'all got to go do some work now. So go ahead and investigate and then and then they punishing the girl because she's now talking about the problem. And she's wondering where her money going, because I want where my money going to. If I got to pay $250 every time I come to class and I'm supposed to only pay $1,250, then something is wrong. Mm-hmm. And now because I'm concerned, you say, I can't come out to class? Mm-hmm. Obviously, I smell a rat. I smell a rat. Shanique, you smell a rat?
I surely do.
Then you smell a rat?
Stench.
Oh boy, listen.
I smell a rat.
She is too.
I smell a rat.
The thing about it is, you know, we seem to have embedded in our country consistency of allegedly fraudulent behaviors. And it's almost so that the regular consumer is on the tail end of facing such things. Not only that, the government purse is often used as an endless pit of resources that we, the taxpayers, have to keep funding because of unscrupulous people. We need to get serious about these types of behaviors and fix these issues in this country. We cannot continue to operate like this. This is one of the reasons why we have such high taxation in this country. The ordinary behavior is struggling because of certain behaviors of some of our people. You know, we need to go back to that statement that where it says, pirates expelled and commerce restored. Get rid of these pirates.
Yeah, but we have to hold people accountable for their actions and bad behavior. Whomever was taking the funds from these young ladies need to be put before the court because they're thieves. You can't pretty that up. You're stealing from people who desire to make their lives better and in addition serve in the capacity of nurse that are needed. And so they don't need the bad experience and they don't need the discouragement. I said, so a good place to start is with the investigation, and after finding out who the culprits are, to take them before the court, and hopefully there's not a lawyer dressed up as
I say call Woods Rogers. What do you say? What is it? I say a spouse. What the Latin word is?
Listen, I have no idea. As long as
Come on, man. We gotta. One of us gotta know it.
As long as you don't call
whatever he's trying to say.
Whatever it is, right? Right. Restore commerce and expel the pirates. In other words,
I'll tell you this, they do need to seek legal counsel because obviously they will get no answers otherwise. But as long as they don't call that dude from Freeport.
That's all.
That's all I'm saying. Don't call Mr. He may know the law.
The lady or the dude.
The dude.
The dude.
The gas fella. The gas man. The gas man.
Listen, you all, more reaction from the church tonight to that study from the University of the Bahamas. A local denominational head now raising concern about the devastating impact that the harsh realities raised in that controversial University of Bahamas report could have on the family unit. Jose Etienne has the story, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
The findings of a University of the Bahamas study examining what researchers describe as a growing sweethearting culture have left Bishop Anthony Farrington deeply troubled. He says the data points to what he calls a dangerous moral drift, one that signals a departure from the country's core values.
For it to be actually put into a study and that you can actually read and quantify and document it, it is very alarming. Our society has drifted.
The report pulls back the curtain on a conversation many have whispered about but rarely confronted head-on. It suggests sexual satisfaction is a major driver of so-called sweethearting relationships, even among married individuals. Researchers also cite financial support, emotional validation, and unmet needs within existing marriages as key factors fueling the practice.
As I read some of the comments, I'm alarmed because so many persons are supporting it and see it as a norm. So it shows me that although we say that we are a Christian nation, we have a lot of work to do. It is wrong. I condemn it as a religious leader.
Farrington says what disturbs him the most is what he calls a normalization of infidelity. Married persons, he argues, disregarding sacred vows with little regard for the impact on children and the family unit.
I call it an evil because once a family is broken, then that means our social decadence are being destroyed. And we see it outplaying in all of our communities now.
Beyond the rebuke, questions emerge about accountability. What role should the church play in addressing what the study identifies as gaps in marriages?
Many churches have marriage seminars, we have family nights, and we actually promote the unity and the sanctity of marriage. So I want to encourage all religious leaders, all pastors, to really, now that this study is out, focus more on the family unit.
The study can also place faith leaders under scrutiny. Are existing programs effective if these relationships continue to persist? While some may argue the church must do more, Farrington insists that the first line of defense is the home.
You know that you come home and the door is closed or no food on the table or you're not talking and sleeping in the next room. That's a problem. So even if you can't address it yourself, seek counseling. It don't have to be a pastor. You know, we have a lot of other persons who are specializing in these areas, family matters.
Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
You know, that Pastor Farrington says that he's very surprised to hear that University of Bahamas survey about sweethearting. I'm surprised that he's surprised, but your thoughts on what he said. I mean, a lot of it is a lot of meat to chew on. But many churches shun what it is that make marriages happy and successful and beautiful and in the bedroom and out.
Is he new? Is he new to the Bahamas? he just come from Canada too, eh? Because we already had a national. He come with Ricky. We already had a national argument in this country about how or what the children of sweethearts should inherit. So how come he's surprised that sweethearting in the Bahamas? I mean, he just reached a, he knew.
I think what he was alluding to though is what we highlighting. It's what we put in the magnifying glass over. And so there are many families who are trying to do the right thing. We have also decay in our families. But what he is really saying is that as a society, as a University of the Bahamas, why didn't you study the strength of the family structure in the Bahamas? How the family structure has kept the Bahamas going to now. Why are you talking about the things that are destroying our families? And so for me though, I think it's just how you're looking at it. Because he is right, because the strength or the foundation of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is the family structure. And if that collapses, everything finished.
Society.
But everything finished. But so what we need to do is that instead of focusing on the negative, shine the light on the positive. So while our young men are doing bad, but there are a lot of young people who are doing good. And so we keep shining the light on the negative because we love the sensationalism. We love the flair that it brings. Because anybody will hear how good families are doing. Anybody will hear what good children are doing. They will hear the bad children and the bad families. And they'll always be bad everywhere. But let's focus on the right. And Miles always used to say, you know, as Bahamians, we got to focus on things that are positive. That's how we build our society.
So it'll be wrong for me to request that the University of the Bahamas do a study on who benefits most from 16-year-old giving consent to sex. I would like to hear who benefit most and how can we change.
You're going way left field with that. I mean,
I'm thinking if they have time to study sweetheart, can we study something that would improve our society? Like who benefits most from 16-year-old?
How do you teach our children at 16 you're not supposed to be having sex? Abstaining.
Well, because the law allowed 16-year-olds. Let's study that.
Well, listen, I agree with what Cassie said. We're concentrating on the negative aspects of things, and so much so that it becomes the thing that you see the most, right?
Exactly.
But there's obviously an issue with the amount of sweethearting scenarios that transpires in the country, because what happens is now you have families having brothers and sisters outside of the family. They don't talk to them and all these other stuff. But that's a design by obviously where when you take the male figure out of the home, then you have a decaying society. And so we have some challenges in our system, and all of these things are as a result of where we are. But I'll sum it up to say, you know what our biggest problem is in all of this?
What?
We have a sex problem in this country.
Is it a problem now? Is it a problem?
Because sex is the root outside of marriage and having illicit sex.
Yes.
Is one of the
What was the first commandment God gave Adam?
That results from it. You talk
have
about
sex.
outside children. You talk about
sex.
Be fruitful and multiply. It's not a problem.
Glenroy, I don't know if sex is the problem.
It's not a problem.
But can you imagine if they lock up husbands for rape?
Grinding unlawfully and all over the place is the problem.
No. But understand what I mean by that.
It's a parameter.
If you think about
Listen,
it,
I have to go.
people are guided by it.
But Shanique, before we go, the gym people say, I'm going to tell you they love you. All the people from the gym say,
hello, Jim. Hello.
They watch it. They say they can miss the 8 o'clock, but they catch it 11.
I watch it. I love the reruns. We have this repeat on YouTube. Exactly, the YouTube channel, by the way, Beyond the Headlines 242. Get on there. That's why he's looking buff, y'all. Glenroy, you gotta get on this buff train. Listen, I thank you all so much. Peggy, thank you very much for the. It's my birthday all month and all year. Yes, absolutely.
We going to St. Bart's again?
Yes, we are going to St. Bart's. Yes, I want to thank you all so much, Peggy, Cassius, Glenroy. Thank you all so much. Incredible discussions and opinions and thoughts that you all shared this evening. And a huge thank you to all of you for tuning in. Certainly enjoyed having you along, and I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening for Temperature Check for the entire Beyond the Headlines team. I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.
The Verizon Media Group, home of ILTV, Paramount Systems